leave a comment for sure, because we're not really an analysis channel. It's more of a commentary, but it's us, but we also want to hear from you as well. So definitely don't be afraid to leave a comment. Let's get into it. We got the great debate. They are finally trying to sign Colby Covington so he can fight Leon Edwards. So,
I think Leon, he's finally like, screw it, I'm ready to fight somebody. I don't care who it is. Leon is finally to a point to where, like, I don't care if it's Colby, I don't care if it's Usman, I don't care if it's Kamzat, I'm ready to get paid.
yeah.
You know, because at first it was more of a pride thing where he didn't fight Colby because he felt like Colby didn't deserve that title shot. But now it's kind of like, okay, I think I can beat all these guys. I think I'm a bad matchup for Colby. He think he's a bad matchup for me. I think I can start Colby. So let me go ahead and sign this contract and get this easy money.
Well,
You remember I said it like 2 weeks ago, I said, you know what, screw it. Leon, fight Colby. Fight Colby, man. He want it, give it to him.
I don't see Colby being an easy fight. As much as I'm not a big Colby fan, I respect certain things about his fighting style, and I understand what he's doing marketing-wise and everything.
Yeah.
But I definitely, I would not consider Colby an easy fight.
I didn't mean like that. I was just saying, I think he's confident that he can beat Colby.
Yeah, I think also the fact that, you know, when you're getting the champion paycheck and the pay-per-view points and stuff like that, and then, you know, you make that money initially, and then you're sitting around waiting for the perfect opponent and all this, and it's like, hey, it's time to get paid again, you know, so that also probably plays a factor into it. But
it's that, and it's also the fact that if you go look at Colby's last couple of opponents, they've been guys who are a little bit past their prime.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but even if we go back to the RDA fight, man, RDA, at that point, he was a little bit past his prime. He really ain't been the same since then. He was in his prime before that, prior to the Colby fight. And then obviously the Tyron fight and the Jorge retired. Tyron is not fighting MMA no more. He ain't fighting nowhere. But I think Leon is looking at it as, you know, maybe Colby is a little bit overrated. You know what I mean? And maybe he sees something in Colby's game that he can kind of exploit.
Man, it was time to get paid, man. But anyway,
Oh my God! It must be a celebration.
Message.
Cha-ching. But the point is, man, it's time to fight. You can sit around and say you want to fight this guy, you don't want to fight that guy, but you don't want to be sitting around too long, especially Leon. He has missed out on a lot of time just in the past from injuries and visas, and now you got the belt, man. You got, you know.
And also, there's no clear #1 contender, so it's like, okay, I'll fight Colby.
Well, it's an ish show. You know, it's a show right now. You know, when Kamzat, he was supposed to be fighting Kamaru, and then it's just all the weird stuff. It just seemed like the welterweight division, to say that you got all this talent and all these different matchups that we wanted to see, it seemed like everybody didn't want to fight. It's like everybody wanted to get to the top, but without fighting each other.
Yeah,
and then it's just
all
weird.
The guys in top 5 is almost like they scared to fight each other, or not scared, but they just don't want to risk fighting.
And it's so weird because, like, so you want to skip everybody and get to the top, but then not fight the guys at the top. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Like, this is what you want. You wanted to be right here, and then it was making it even worse is you still got the Shavkats and stuff making their way up there. You're screwed regardless. So I think that the best thing is for to go ahead and get this fight out of the way. I think this is a tough fight for Leon, man. I think it's a tough fight for both guys. I will say, a year ago, I would have thought this fight would be much tougher for Leon. But I think that at this point, a year later, Leon has more confidence, especially against that style of fighter, which is the toughest style, especially at welterweight. Historically, wrestlers have dominated that division, from Matt Hughes to GSP to Johnny Hendricks. Tyron had a wrestling background, then Kamaru. And so Leon is the first striker in quite a bit, and probably one of the only strikers. But I will say Colby's striking has been getting better, but I just don't think it's at the point where he can hang with Leon, and I don't think his style is going to work against Leon. I think his style work against people who historically don't do well against grapplers, but Leon historically has done pretty good against grapplers to say that he is a striker. He beat Gunnar Nelson. He beat a lot of people who they said if he look on his record, he beat a lot of people.
No, he beat them, but he showed a little bit of vulnerability in some of those wins.
No, but you got to realize grappling is not his specialty, but he still was able to out grapple a lot of those guys. He don't have to dominate them in the grappling.
I get what you're saying, but against a Colby Covington, I think Colby Covington knows that in these exchanges, if he can dominate certain sequences, I think he knows he can win those rounds. The thing is, Colby don't have to dominate Leon. All he got to do is win those exchanges.
That's true. Based on how they score, where you could be winning for 3.5 minutes on the feet and get taken down, and he lost that round.
He didn't even got to get taken down. All he got to do is get held against the cage.
That's the crazy part.
Because we done seen Leon against the cage a lot of rounds. That's why, like, even if Colby go out there and implement Kamaru Usman's game plan, in the third fight that he did against Leon Edwards, he'll win. You know, so I'm saying all he gotta do is at the very least do what Usman did in the third Leon Edwards fight, and they might, depending on who the judges are, they might score for Colby.
The elephant in the room is that same fight that Kamaru lost at UFC, what was it, 286?
I think so.
He would have won that fight in the States, because historically, not only have they given it to the wrestler who got the takedowns, because I know what people are going to say, well, Kamaru didn't get that many takedowns. It's gotten so bad at MMA that even just a takedown attempt, they score for the grappler. It's bad, man. Like, they can hold you up against the cage, they can get outstruck, and then hold you up against the cage and still win the round.
I know this is kind of off topic, but why don't they count takedown defense percentage in your favor? Say if you stuff 90% of takedowns, why don't you get rewarded for that?
It's one of those things where you don't get rewarded for it, but you get punished.
If you get taken down.
You get punished for even defending the takedown and keeping it up against the cage. Because if that person is keeping you up against the cage, like let's say how Leon kept the fight up against the cage. Well, Kamaru was pressing him up against the cage trying to get a takedown, but he couldn't. Why didn't you score that for Leon for keeping the fight upright? Like, you still scored that for the person who was having failed takedown attempts, but that's another video.
And also, even Colby versus Leon Edwards. Because sometimes, man, like, when you get two guys in top 5, 2 elite fighters, sometimes nothing may happen for 3 minutes, 4 minutes. All Colby gotta do is get a takedown, control him against the cage, and he can win that round. Just like that. And that's just how unfair of an advantage wrestlers have in MMA.
But we're gonna see. I think Leon is kind of changing the game on the strikers, keeping the fight standing up.
And I think Leon knows he needs to finish too. I think Leon pretty much knows that, because if this fight go 5 rounds,
it's over. It's just a memory.
But let us know what y'all think in the comments. And yeah.
And if I'm Shavkat, I'm being a late replacement.
Oh, 100%.
I'm doing what Colby did.
Yeah, because Colby did it, so why can't nobody else do it? Even Kamaru. I mean, man, y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.